Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We're continuing where we left off, where we just helped these guards find the explosives that were being held in a barrel full of children's toys. And then we saw Maddie's down here and Merkin from the Tiefling Grove. So let's talk to him.
You did me a real favor clearing all those ghouls out of Moonrise. That old bonebag Ketherick had some fancy junk stashed behind all the cobwebs and piles of gore.
Did he? I thought we'd done a pretty good job of looting it. What do you think of Baldur's Gate? You've looted Moonrise Towers. Show me these fancy items you have on offer. Anything magical? What do you think of Baldur's Gate?
Wish I could tell you. We're stuck out here, but most of the action is beyond Worm's Crossing.
You looted Moonrise Towers?
Didn't you? Figured we only got the scraps you didn't have the strength to carry.
Strength to carry? That's what mods are for. Show me these fancy items you have on offer. Anything magical?
Would I try to fool a Sharpie like you? Have a look.
What do you have? Holy hand soap. Using this will clean off dirt, blood, and face paint and will remove conditions that make you smell. Huh. Okay. Your weapons and unarmed attacks deal an additional 2 damage while surrounded by 2 or more foes. Cloak of Cunning Broom. And where it disengages, they create a foggy cloud with 7-foot radius that lasts for 1 turn. Acrobatics and AC +1, that's not bad. Corvid Token, Boon of the Raven Queen. While wearing this amulet, wears jump and flying speed increased by 5, and they gain the Featherfall conditions. And allows you to polymorph into a dire raven. That is interesting. 13 hit points, that is less interesting. Once per long rest, turn into a form that has 13 hit points. No thanks. Baldur's Gate Stone has no properties about it. It's just uncommon. It's really an actual stone from Baldur's Gate. Truly a unique historical artifact. One of a kind. Spoon of saltiness. Yeah. Wielder of this rod cannot be surprised unless something unexpected happens. So yes, he's got some real magic items. But then some of his usual fake magic items. Fantastic. Alright.
Stay away from trapped chests.
I shall do so.
Oh, hi! If you're here to save me again, I don't really need to be saved right now. Good thing, huh? Bye.
Yep, just stay away from harpies.
Good stuff we find.
Could wander around back there and maybe spot something, but I'm fine just continuing to look around this way. You guys have names.
Young lady, Shadowheart, a word.
Oh, you are specifically calling for Shadowheart. Alright. We'll ignore them for a moment and talk.
Lost the wager, thanks to you.
Who are you?
Someone who bet that you'd never be foolish enough to actually show your face in this city again. But here you are. And the gold in my purse is soon to take flight.
Our hearts bleed for you, get to the point. You're Sharon, aren't you? From Shadowheart's Cloister? Remain silent. Does he have anything that points him out to be a Sharon? Not obviously that I can see. He doesn't have black hair. So, who knows? Our hearts bleed for you. Get to the point.
There have been whispers about you, sister. About your faith, your loyalty, your company. I can't help but feel the strangest twinge of disgust as I look upon you. Is it true? Has Our Lady forsaken you?
Use your shared connection to urge Shadowheart to lie. No, I see no reason not to tell the truth. They're going to find out soon enough. Reach out to her psionically. She should plead contrition for now. Is shared connection different than psionically? She's turned her back on your wretched goddess. Or let Shadowheart handle it. I am fine with letting Shadowheart handle it. But the fact of the matter is that she dyed her hair white, so it should be pretty obvious that she's not following Shar. So the idea of lying seems strange. Shadowheart can handle it. I don't need to speak for her.
I know the truth. I know my parents still live. Tell me where they are, and I have no quarrel with you.
I'm afraid the quarrel is unavoidable, thanks to you. Now I must report your reappearance. If you are intent on bringing matters to a head, then seek out the House of Grief in the lower city. Though, if I was you, I'd be very tempted to just forget it all and disappear. You have some form of doing so, after all.
I mean, we could just kill him here, so he can't report. But I won't do that. As tempting as it is.
I heard a curious sound in them. Lord on the rack, give me patience.
Lord on the rack. I'm guessing that's one of the gods' titles, but I am not familiar with that one. Is everything all right?
These protesters keep harassing the refugees. It's horrid. I just hope the Ilmater Temple opens up aid again soon. We need their help here.
Ilmater. I'm familiar with that name, but I don't remember what they're... Yeah, what they're a god of. And yeah, we cut off Lae'zel, sadly. I heard a curious sound in the night. What would you know about that, Shadowheart? Shame.
Don't pay me any mind now. I'm just trying to make sure everyone gets fed.
Alright, you guys.
Oh, gods. Not another protester. Go talk to Nestor if you must. I've got plenty on my plate with these mewling geese.
Okay, you guys.
Do you hear that noise? The flames? I knew these refugees were up to no good. I knew it!
What flames? Or are you talking about the explosion that went on in there? Because that wasn't refugees' fault.
An explosion! It's happening! The agents of the Absolute are here!
Yeah, sorry, we were just a little not careful enough.
I heard the explosion. This never would have happened if we had some steel watchers here.
Yeah, steel watchers aren't as good as you think they are. I mean that in the nicest way possible, but they are bad news.
Might be useful.
Might be. What do we have up here? We failed a survival and no one else got a check. Did we happen to be walking somewhere that they... Oh, all of us failed. So yeah, probably somewhere around here there's a digging spot. Ah well.
I'll give it a shot.
There's someone in here. A strange ox. Oh, the strange ox. We still have to speak with animals? Perfect. Hello, friend.
My. The fates move in strange and scrumptious ways. I am delighted to see you again. After our little interlude at last light, I was worried you'd gone quite mad.
Takes worse than a bit of gore to turn my gullet. Glad the road to the city has treated you kindly. Oh goody, the ox with murder on its mind. Yeah. I still don't know what the deal is with this strange ox. Other than the fact that it's obviously not an actual ox. But the idea of a person being shape-changed into an ox for this long would... seems like a horrible existence. It takes worse than a little bit of gore to turn my gullet.
And mine. And mine. Though, one thing I find quite distasteful is being kept outside our intended city. I'd quite like to get inside, but it's difficult to shuffle your way to the top of the queue when you're, well, as big as an ox. But what if I was smaller, more discreet? Maybe then a kind soul might bring me through, right in their little pocket.
Not until you tell me exactly what you are. Fair. I suppose so. What form will you take? Or maybe some kind of soul might. Some kind soul might, but not me. What are you?
I don't think you want to travel this road, my friend.
I assure you I do. Tell me what you really are, or I'll strike you down myself. No. Yeah, he's very questionable. So I don't think I'm going to help him without knowing anything about him. So you go your way and I'll go mine. I don't want to push him. I'm certainly not going to strike him down because we don't know the deal there. But I'm also not just going to help him. Go your way and I'll go mine.
Pity. I would have looked upon you with mercy if the time for such things ever came to pass.
I just don't know what your deal is well enough to trust you. To take you into the city. As they've said, he likes violence and death. And that's not something I'm just going to willingly help without knowing at least a little bit more. Okay, we are now back to the start. So we have kind of ignored all of the central buildings. So let's go back now and check them out. Looks like we haven't been up here yet.
Conspiracy for prudes to leer at each other unquestioned.
Oh, to be fair, for a miserable collection of shabby hovels jam-packed with wretched refugees, this place isn't bad at all.
I think I interrupted Lae'zel again. It's that bloody cow. Don't look away. I know it's you. Find locals' fascination with the beach is but a conspiracy for prudes to leer at each other unquestioned. Fair. Stop trying to talk while I'm talking to people.
Glad to see anybody, really. It was a lonely road getting here through those abandoned farmlands, and I'm a sociable sort.
Here we are, Griselda.
Let's talk to these people and then we'll talk to the dog.
No, I'm afraid I must insist you do not pet the hound.
My love, you can't keep being so rude to strangers. It's just a dog.
All the grabbing and touching startles poor Biscotti. I will not apologise for caring about my boy.
Presumptuous. I never said I wanted to pet your dog. Either way, he is a fine-looking hound. If simple petting startles the dog, I can only imagine how stressful this camp is. I do want to pet the dog now that you've mentioned it as an option that you don't want me to take. But I wouldn't necessarily say that I had been intending to. He is a fine-looking hound.
Isn't he just? I'm so very glad they let animals in the camp. Means Biscotti can be kept away from that awful war.
Oh, yes. As long as the dog is okay, he's happy. Give me strength.
Hey, Biscotti.
Oh, gods! Are they gonna see it? What happens if they don't see it?
Say what? Sit, do you want to play some fetch? Who's a good dog? You're a good dog. I wish I could just ask what you're wanting to hear people say. Who's a good dog? You're a good dog.
Yes. Oh, goodness, yes! I am a good dog! Fantastic stuff! Oh, yes, you're lovely. You can come back.
Can I pet him now?
Oh. Here we go. Here it comes.
Good dog.
Yes. Amazing. Perfect. No notes.
Fantastic. So we have this area. We explored that mansion. That's the one we fought the owner at. Kind of awkward. I guess if we go around here, looks like we can get up. I don't know what this is, so I want to explore it. Looks like to the right will be our best approach.
Oh, I see. Whatever you can from this mess. In return for the picnic, is it? Maybe I'll take that drink after all.
Fine day for it, eh? Got to enjoy things while they last, I suppose.
Can I help you? This is a private picnic.
Oh, sorry, but you're also not very far off the road. Oh, another earthquake. Streets are shaking? Yeah. It's definitely not good. I am hearing shouting. Like a lot of it. Can you open this for me? Oh, come on, man. Try again. You've got 30 more thieves' tools. It's fine. There you go.
What now?
Alright, the screaming's probably coming down from the hatch. So what do we have down there? A drunk mind flayer. Okay. That is most definitely a thing.
Lies before me.
Final warning. This is a notice demanding the miller pay off his debt lest his creditors oust him and claim the mill for themselves. Alright. Random ball. Bunch of barrels that probably don't have anything terribly important in them. And a mind flayer. Do I just kill him or do I try and talk to him? Brain starved and sleeping. Still have 92 hit points. Creature's ability scores are reduced to by 10 while racked with ravening hunger for brain matter. Magic resistance, charm. Currently sleeping. I could kill you super easy, I'm sure. Just do a coup de grace with Astarion.
Something good here, I hope.
But I also want to know what's up with you, so I don't want to just kill you right away. Let's drop down a save. This goes very badly. We can reload.
Before you lies the unconscious body of a mind flayer, glistening and raw.
A newborn. Unattended. How fortunate.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming, given the pants looked very human, that he's transformed and hasn't had the opportunity to eat. Though why he hasn't left this place after transforming, I don't know. Doesn't feel very fortunate. Wake up the newborn mind flayer, attack the creature before it wakes up, or sneak away. It doesn't feel very fortunate.
Oh, but it is. This one has only just transformed. It is weak, vulnerable. Its potential ripe for harvesting. Go on, kill it. Absorb its power. Just like you did before.
Huh. So, I assume he's talking about when we absorb the power from the special tadpole. So this probably just counts as another tadpole. Even though, obviously, it's not. It's absorbing a mind flayer. Do I try and wake it or do I just kill it? I mean, I don't feel terribly bad about killing a Mind Flayer because there's no way to turn it back into what it was. It is just now a Mind Flayer. And Mind Flayers are going to become enthralled to the Absolute. So there's just no way around that at the moment. But I am curious to wake it and see if we can interact with it in some meaningful way. Even though attacking it while it's asleep is probably the smarter call.
Come no closer, you. You. What are you? What am I sensing? You are like me. Like I was. A vessel yet to transform. Help me. I am so hungry.
What do you need? Was it you I heard screaming when I entered the windmill? Oh. Was he transforming right as we approached the windmill? Could be. Was it you I heard screaming right when I entered the windmill?
My vessel. He fought the transformation. He found it excoriating. I can still taste his terror. It is delicious, but will not sustain me. We need to feed. We need a brain fresh and frantic to restore our strength.
That's cool. I'm not giving you my brain. I'll see what I can do. I can fetch you a corpse, freshly killed, brain intact. Never work for free. Persuasion, go find your own meal. Even weakened, you're more powerful than anything out there. Not gonna bring you food. I don't... So all of these options are helping him. In one way or another, or at least allowing him to continue. And I don't really want him to continue. It doesn't sound like... It sounds like he's gone full Mind Flayer. So, no, I'm not going to bring you food.
Very well, kin. I shall dine on you.
Okay, you're initiating the combat, so I don't have to feel bad. Though I am quite injured and probably should have rested at some point. Alright, Astarion. Let's have you get your sneak attacks in. That was... Use Tadpole Charm. Astarion successfully saved against it. Okay, so no consequences. There we go. Half dead now. And then back away a touch.
I am fury. I am
Lae'zel.
death. You bow or you break.
Yeah, he's not going to last long. 1 hit point, of course.
Can't give up.
Alright, Shadowheart, do you want to get the kill?
The creature was born recently. Its mind is still fresh. You can absorb its potential if you consume it.
Mind Flayer Brain. The sticky gray mass exudes a slightly sweet, putrid odor. The key, Absolute's orders to newborn. True Soul.
I'm done.
Alien.
Wait to sleep.
I'm done. I can't wait to sleep. True Soul Alien. Your time has come. The Absolute calls to all faithful, and you have been faithful indeed. Leave your barracks. Leave your armor. Leave all insignia of rank behind. You are part of the Flaming Fist no longer. You have been a loyal True Soul, but soon you will be so much more. You'll be one of us. Ring of Veracity. You gain advantage on insight checks. Cool, I suppose. help us out in conversations more. Alright, we'll take all of that. So the brain, theoretically, I can consume wherever it ended up. Brain. And now I can consume it. Sure. I can't see anything bad from eating a Mind Flayer's brain. No way that'll turn out poorly. Okay, yeah, it gave us another Illithid point. Oh, we had a condition, devouring brain. Lovely. And then the Ring of Truth. You. What do I currently have? Guiding Light. I super don't care about you. Sparks Wall is good. There we go. That'll help me out in conversations. And surprisingly, no one in the party said anything about me eating that brain. We have 10 points now. It's kind of crazy.
At the ready.
Alright, where else do we have to explore? I think a lot of these buildings we didn't explore too far in. Well, maybe we did, because that's the blacksmith's building. Let's see, blacksmiths, that's the one we fought at. Rivington General, I don't think we've explored. And then maybe explore this over here. So yeah, this is the general store. No, that's his smithy. I'm confused. Sword Coast Couriers. Have we not explored you?
Something's on my mind.
Woof.
I beg your pardon.
Ah, you speak, which means you're not a dog. So, what the hell are you doing in my kennels?
I was just walking through. No, I'm not going to say I found one of their dogs. Do I want to buy a dog? I don't think so. And I don't recall them being harsh towards a boy, but I guess I'll mention that. You were being awfully harsh on the boy when I arrived.
It's the only way to teach him. He behaves worse than the dogs and makes more of a mess.
I'd like to buy a dog?
They're not for sale. These are courier dogs, trained to follow orders, read maps, and protect their deliveries with their lives. They're worth more than their weight in gold.
Scratch probably is one of their dogs then because he was with a courier. Well, I'm still not going to give you Scratch. Oyster Boy Dringo, is that the one that she was complaining about? I was wondering if that was like a missing poster for Scratch. But I can't click on it at all. Well, sorry that we are in your kennels. No intent to disturb.
Ah, a new face. Something to send. Don't be shy.
Hello.
Welcome to Sword Coast Couriers. To send and to serve. Delivery not guaranteed.
Delivery not guaranteed? Not saying anything, you can drop the sales routine. It's rare to meet someone so cheerful these days. Why the good mood? Yeah, delivery is not guaranteed? I mean, obviously, we've found a delivery guy who is dead, and so obviously his deliveries didn't get fulfilled. If that happens often enough, and particularly in warring times, I wouldn't try and guarantee it either.
Well, we've had to change the policy. Hard to send letters by road when there's a rampaging army of fanatics bearing down on you. I'll tell you, it's left me in a right pickle. I've sent what I can by pigeon, but now something's attacking them and all. Become a postmaster, Danzo. It'll be easy. Nobody mentions having to spend your evenings hunting for pigeon carcasses, do they?
Oh, come on. We just got a ring that gives us advantage on insights, and we just failed it anyway. Any idea where the birds went missing? I could find the pigeons for you. My fees are very reasonable. Happy to take a look. Good luck with that. Any idea where the birds went missing?
Not the foggiest. Normally they fly true as an elven arrow. Something nearby is snatching them. I can tell you that much.
I'd be happy to take a look.
Well, if it's not too much trouble, I'd be much obliged. Any letters you find, bring them back to me, unopened, of course, and there's some gold in it for you.
Oh, but I like reading things. You're telling me I can't read the letters I find? Also, I'm surprised I can't give them all the letters that I found, particularly on the courier.
Don't suppose you've stumbled across those letters yet?
Not any of the birds. Nothing yet. I'll keep looking.
Appreciated. They'll turn up in the last place you look, I'm sure.
Odd. Log dispatched of dispatch passages, turning to the most recent page. Packages sent, pigeon acquisition request, Bloomridge Park. Post house apology missives, Knit Frigglebottom Carrion, Vanthamper. Baldur's Mouth Gazettes, Outer City Circulation, Note, Chase Estra for promised personal interview. Frontline War Report, Duke Ravengard. Opponent pouches, Sorceress Sundries, and refugee letters. Rector Yanis, Open Hand Temple. Payslips of all the employees of the post house. Dringo's pay is marked docked 2 copper pieces at Marhaya's request. Nothing else are we allowed to grab. Gortash coronation poster. Oh, good. Lord Gortash to be elevated to Archduke. Grand ceremony to be held in Wormrock's audience hall.
Gortash is being named Archduke. Time to pay Worm's Rock a visit.
Yes, we already knew that. Alright, so we've got a big fancy house here that I'm guessing is... Oh, what's the god?
We loved Father Logan as you did. We would never hurt him.
Symbol, forget. It's fine.
If you're looking for Ilmater's charity,
Ilmater, okay.
you're out of luck. They've turned their backs on us, like everyone else.
Ilmater's not who I was thinking of. Maybe I was thinking of Pathfinder, because I play a lot of that as well.
Please, in the name of the Crying One, have mercy.
Bet you won't get kicked out of the temple. They blame us for everything.
Tieflings or refugees?
Can I please have some food? Oh, sorry. I thought you were a priest.
I can still give you some coins.
The priests will open the temple up again. You'll see. They're good people. Holy people.
Well, I'm going in anyway.
The Crying One weeps today. Our Father Lorgan is dead. Murdered.
What happened? Who is Father Lorgan? People die every day. That's harsh. Who is Father Lorgan?
The best of us. I don't want to talk. My heart is in mourning.
Oh, I was hoping to also ask the other question.
Temple worship suspended until further notice. The faithful endure.
Can I talk to you again, even though you just told me you don't want to talk?
May Ilmater guide your footfalls, stranger.
Nope.
Survived the
Well, let's do some looking around, I suppose.
Father Logan as you did, we would never hurt him. We had nothing to do with his death. We swear it.
Well, there's some stuff. Someone was camping out next to the church. I don't know if that's related, but it feels like it could be. Oh. My character was wanting to run all the way around to get over there? Yikes. Well, am I allowed to walk in here? Apparently I am. Brother Bill.
We let more outsiders in and more Baldurians die. Duke Stelmane, Father Lorcan, it's no coincidence.
We have faith here, Bill. Faith in people, no matter where they're from.
Who had more faith than Father Lorcan? How did that work out?
He was murdered, or so I've heard. I heard your priest died. My condolences. He was murdered, or so I've heard.
Exactly. Lorcan let a killer into our temple due to his misguided compassion. His faith got him murdered.
Bill, I beg you, be quiet. Even sinners receive Ilmater's grace, and Father Lorcan knew that. We don't pick and choose who we aid.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to, as a priest of Ilmater, follow Ilmater's guidance. Even if Father Logan was killed, you probably should still be doing what your god tells you to do. If Father Lorgan had been pickier, he might still be alive. It sounds like your god would be proud of Father Lorgan. See, that's what I'm saying. Your god would be proud of Father Lorgan.
Thank you, stranger. I take some solace knowing that he died in Ilmater's service.
Does Ilmater's service involve protecting heretic absolutists? Or perhaps I missed that sermon.
Enough, Bill. You seem a kind soul. Our temple is open to you. Walk well.
Temple of exactly this. Exactly
Yep,
this.
I'm free to walk around because I'm totally not a mind flayer.
So don't teach me how to investigate.
Whoa, what are you? Valeria. I don't know what that is. Sleuth of Helm.
I have
Level 10 Hollyphant.
You don't even have the murder weapon.
Details, details.
What? I have all the information I need. You haven't even found a murder weapon? Yeah, it's details.
Look, investigator. Brilgor might have been a criminal, but he was no murderer. You're missing something. You have to be.
Enough, Yanis. Listen to yourself. You are defending a man who ritually slaughtered your high priest. The evidence speaks for itself. Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, then, be it out of shame or profane duty, offed himself with the same blade. Case closed, Sister Yanis.
Shitey little elephant. Oh, I apologize, stranger. Language like that hardly befits a rector of Ilmater.
Sounds like you were having quite the disagreement. Apology accepted. Don't apologize. Sounded like a load of bullocks anyway. I don't imagine Ilmater cares about you swearing. Yeah, sounded like you were having quite the disagreement.
You could certainly say that. 2 people just died on temple grounds. Our high priest, Father Lorgan, and one of the new refugees, Brilgor. Investigator Valeria thinks it's a murder and is content to blame Brilgor, the politically convenient target.
If you think the investigator did a shoddy job, I can look into the murder for you. What makes Brilgor politically convenient? You should worry more about your temple's safety than this Brilgor person. Yeah, so 2 deaths found nearby, and it seems the investigator's just willing to say one of them killed the other and then killed himself, rather than assuming someone else killed both. And if the murder weapon is missing, wouldn't the murder weapon be near the person who killed themselves if they'd killed themselves? Like, where would the murder weapon have gone to if the only 2 people involved were still there? If you think the investigator did a shoddy job, I can look into the murder for you.
feel free to look around the temple. But fair warning, the investigator won't change her mind without significant new evidence.
We're going to find the investigator. Any idea of what I should be looking for? Can you tell me where to find Shira Clairwyn? Who is Shira Clairwyn? Why do I want to find them? Any idea what I should be looking for?
Valeria never found the murder weapon, so that could be a start. Anything disproving the refugee murder-suicide angle, really.
Where can I find the investigator?
Sharessa's caress would be my best bet. That's her usual haunt after closing a case.
Seems everyone goes to Sharessa's caress. Can you tell me where to find Shira Clairwyn?
I can tell you where to find her, but she won't be very chatty, I'm afraid. Shira passed away last year. Peacefully, mind. We buried her in the crypt under the temple, if you wish to visit.
That was with the amulet. Okay. I best get going.
I really hope you find something. For all our sakes.
Yeah, that amulet we found ages ago that we were told to take to someone. Apparently that is who it was. Order of Ilmatari Service. A mass book used by the Broken Gods congregation during regular service. There's a lot of hymns about self-flogging scattered throughout the tome. Yeah. Bunch of books. We could read them. It's stealing to take them. Can we just go into the pool? Okay, I didn't know if it'd be like healing water or something. Seems not. So we've got temple murders.
Infirmary. Justice endures, even in suffering.
Father Lorgan. Okay.
What ails you? Marsh fever? Feather lung? Be quick, I've not got all day.
I've got tadpole. I'm looking into Lorgan's death. I need to ask you some questions. Do I look diseased to you? I'm undergoing delayed illithid ceramorphosis. Bad case of scale chafe. Do I look diseased to you?
Reckon so. There's something off about you anyway. Might be brain rot. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a dead high priest to see to.
She's not that far off. Indeed. I'm investigating the death and have some questions.
What do you want to know?
Who do you think killed him? How did he die? How badly wounded was he? You don't seem that sad about his death. Who do you think killed Father Lorgan?
I reckon Investigator Valeria is right. One of the refugees killed him. Cruelly, too. They cut off his hand, sawed right through the bone. I found a paralytic poison on one of his wounds. Lorgan was alive while they took the hand. He just couldn't scream. It's sick.
Wow,
We
that is
give them
sick.
Everything. And all we get is nothing but a good man to bury. Please, leave me be. I've got an awful lot to get done.
An investigation, but I can only ask one question from each person. I could take his chest key. It's not considered stealing. Is the other body around here? Seems not. Where did he die would be another good question. That way I know where to start looking for clues. An end to suffering. A selection of rites for the dead and dying adorn this manuscript. Let the light of perpetual toleration guide your servant's wretched form to peace. In bloodied mercy, hear my prayer. Our most ardent petitions bring the soul afore you, your tear-scorched eyes, Lord. Blink and let it pass into reverie. The poison drained, the sickness quelled. As I deliver this body from that which ailed it, I render its soul unto your care. Encyclopedia Apotheca, by Sandre Toliar. One particular page's corner in this curative tome is more dog-eared than the rest. Arcane paralysis. Interesting. Common sources: sucking on fizz tree blossoms, deep monastic meditation, curious mean locks, miscellaneous poison, Carabasan's gift, chul extract, etc. Incurious mean locks. Curative solutions: healing abjurations, lesser restoration, and restorative elixirs, general antidotes, remedial potions, etc. Someone was looking into paralysis poisons. Isn't that interesting? Okay. Any other doors out here? We can see down into this area. Let's head on in. That would be stealing. Wonder if any of these will open with the key. Use Lorgan's chest key. Okay. Go away. He had 4 gold. You can keep your 4 gold.
It's deeper than it looks. A double bottom, of course.
Is it now? Confessions, Volume 1, Father Lorgan. The most recent entry in this journal bears particularly heavy quill marks and crossed-through revisions. I penned this from the temple cellar, the only place I feel close to the Ilmater's will anymore. I pass my gaze between the crests that hide my sin apparent, and I wonder, who are they to pass any judgment? They bark that those who arrive on our doorstep, bloodied, beaten, fleeing from heretical hordes, are dirty, unwelcome, to be shunned. That it is a crime to house them, to bring them into the city proper. But if my back must be broken, so others may step to the light, so be it. So he was struggling because he wanted to help the refugees, but he was surrounded by the other priests who didn't. Huh. Wonder if one of the other priests killed him so that he would stop helping the refugees. I mean, we could, unlock all of these and see if there's anything incriminating.
Keep a blade close.
Why not?
Hardly a challenge.
DC 10? Yeah, just go for it. Anything of interest? There is, in fact. Your unarmed attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 radiant damage. I mean, it's worth money. And money is worth money. DC 10, just roll it. Another nat 1. Come on, man. I'm assuming that the evidence is not going to be in any of these chests.
Let's hope for gold.
But I'm going to check them all anyway. But likely, whatever evidence we're going to find is going to stand out. Or be pinged with a perception check or something. That's how I assume they're going to do it anyway. Divine Rapture of Ilmater. The faded text is embaddered parchment of this Ixian manuscript dates back to the 4th century DR. And lo, he walked among us, but for a brief and brilliant moment the crying god wept upon our earth, with the tears of a most fortunate faithful. He took the cur of Gehenna, this most defiled creature of murder, and held it in his immutable embrace. In his most perfect knowing, he walked with it into the sea of fallen stars. The cur clawed and screamed and ripped and tore, but he brooked no quarter. And when the sea ran red with the blood of the divine, the wailing and gnashing ceased. The creature was dead. No trace of his commanded faithful remained, save for the humble iron helm, which washed ashore with nary a scratch or sea rust about it. And this is Ilmater, or not Ilmater, Father Lorgan's area. So anything in this cabinet of note? Yeah. So no, nothing of note down here to suggest anything about the murder. Okay.
All right.
I guess let's have Varric take the lead as usual.
Let's see what this does.
Nope.
If not over, then through.
Let's see what else we have around. Remedial potion.
Bet that will fit in my pack.
Bunch of coffins. Seems odd to me. Stone bench. Dug up grave. Maybe that's for Father Lorgan.
Narlo Essie. Grief and illness laid ruin, yet her heart held only compassion. The broken god be with her.
I just saw a bottle of alcohol next to a wall that was crumbled down to a cliff. I'm left wondering, did someone accidentally fall?
Geshan Kirkaros built the open-hand temple, gave all in his name. We honor their life and legacy. B. Gardenson gave her life protecting fellow refugees. May the one who endures shelter her.
Huh.
Alvin Muffle Fieldwick gave his fortune to the poor, died in the arms of friends. He will be missed.
So apparently giving to refugees is a time-honored tradition of this church.
Millie Runbarrel, killed by the cult of the Absolute. May our martyred father shelter her. Unknown child and her dog, who stood watch over her grave. May they be reunited in Ilmater's grace.
That's a little sad.
Mikkel Hornkiss gave all to the lepers, fell to the malady himself. He is a beacon to us all. Dominic Sonny lost himself to addiction, but found peace in Ilmater.
Yeah, so it seems like Ilmater was all about giving everything to those in need. So the fact that apparently members of the church or priests of the church are now upset about the refugees seems to be going against what this church has traditionally stood for. Current chief suspect for me is that priest that we talked to who was just like, oh yeah, it's definitely all of the refugees' fault. You, I think.
I've
No.
said all I have to say already. Now I just want to pack up my kitchen and leave.
I'm investigating Lorgan's murder. What do you know? You already talked to the investigator. Why are you packing up your kitchen? You should probably clean up the massive bloody trail before you go. I did not notice a massive bloody trail. I'm investigating Lorgan's murder. What do you know?
I know it's not fair. This was the best job I ever had. Lorgan was kinder than most, and now they're blaming a refugee for his death. Typical.
So you don't think it's the refugees' fault? Where are the bodies? You don't think Brilgor killed him? You think of anyone who'd want to kill Lorgan? I hope they let me ask all the questions, and not just a single question. So you don't think Brilgor killed him?
No. Brilgor was a nice bloke. He came a couple of times for soup. Potato chowder was his favorite. Didn't seem the murderous type. But what do I know?
Could have been, you know, a absolute cultist where he didn't really have his own choice, was suddenly just forced to do it. Where are the bodies?
We tossed Brilgor out back. Sister Rose has Lorgan in the infirmary, preparing him for a decent burial. You could pop your head in and pay your respects.
I did. Okay. Trail of blood. That's what you're talking about. Right at the hatch. Did anyone go down into the hatch to see what's down there? Because we're missing a murder weapon and no one bothered to go down into the hatch with the bloody trail, then your investigation is really terrible. Seems to go towards that door. I mean, I'm not an expert investigator. Wonder why that pouch alone is highlighted. Nothing else does, but all that was in it was a rotten tomato. Seems a little silly to me. The odd highlighting only some random things still strikes me as odd in this game. Plea of rest. Sheet music. On the Weir Volume 1, Father Lorgan. Looks like this is where it took place. Let's read the sheet music. An elegiac fugue. I don't know that word. In the key of D minor, entitled Ode to the Oppressed. Plea of rest. A hastily scrawled and slightly damp plea of rest, requesting to be freed of Ilmater's service for the duration of a 10-day, as the writer mourns Father Lorgan. Okay, so someone has been down here since Lorgan died. We've got a quarterstaff, likely not the murder weapon, because quarterstaffs don't saw through bone. Rites of the Passing. The Book of Ilmater Death Rites. This page on the turning is particularly dog-eared. There will come many a time, O worshipful tormented, that you will have to comfort a faithless unfortunate as they pass from this life to the next. Or perhaps even more distastefully, you may be faced with the dying acolyte of a wretched god, keen to shirk the blasted afterlife awaiting them. The Lord on the rack grants us a many great powers, but altering the moral velocity of a soul is one we cannot shift on the deathbed. If one has lived a life of sin, their soul is bound for a sinful place, no matter their final protestations. However, it would do much more harm than good to tell them this. Ilmater does not forbid the speaking of untruth, no matter how polite society deems the act, if it would spare the dying wretch some suffering as they pass, telling them that the weeping God awaits them with his balming embrace. Make them believe, whatever torment their soul bears in the realms beyond, it remembers not their body, so spare them at least this final passing moment from hardship. Yeah, so your deeds are going to send you to a specific god, and if you've done evil deeds, you're going to an evil god. And they're just saying, yeah, but it's okay to tell them that they'll go to Ilmater, that they can repent on their deathbed and be saved, but they won't be. Perhaps the hardest suffering to ale is that which dulls but does not pang. Weariness sits deep within one's soul, but it casts its miring net across the surface, dampening all errant thoughts and feelings in its wake. Malaise of this sort can rot the heart, if left to fester, but must be extricated carefully. Above all else, the weary soul knows itself better than you can. Do not condescend, do not assume, do not impose. Simply avail yourself as a tool to the weary. Let them know you can be used however they might need. I see no murder weapon right here, sadly. It is specifically pointing to here as if there's a secret passageway right here. I don't know how to open the secret passageway. Maybe pushing this random button. No? Maybe hitting that button as well. There we go. Alright, before we go back there, let's check out all these other areas. Okay. Traps, fun. Would you like to disarm this trap for me? DC 20. Okay, that's no joke. 13 to 16. We still have a pretty good chance. Perfect. If that D4 had rolled low, we wouldn't have made it.
Should be easy.
Guidance is already on, so roll it again.
Can't give up now.
Superior Elixir of Arcane Cultivation. Gain an additional level 3 spell slot. Neat. Miracles of the Outer City. A record of alleged miraculous phenomena in the outskirts of Baldur's Gate attributed to Ilmater. Customer of Gildro Angleiron reckons he healed up mighty quick from painful forge burn. Asked if Ilmater had something to do with the irksome talkative gent outside of Carmen's powerful agent of suffering. Soup still showing up at refugee camp after temple closed kitchen. Curious. Man's hands tied together in horse reins claims he's a holy symbol. Manip Nestor reports feeling close to his duty since relocation to refugee camp.
Moving in.
I'll take the Holy Water, Scroll of Arcane Lock, Scroll of Dominate Person, the Would-Be Saint. The book tells the story of a patriarch woman who gave up her fortune to become a cleric of Ilmater in service in the Outer City, and now seeks to be canonized after her death. Herein is the full of true account of my bid to be canonized after my death as Saint Brigid of Ilmater, the broken god, he of compassion and mercy, the one who endures. I lived a blessed life of every privilege a patriarch woman can fathom. My parents were loving and generous, my community warm. Our larder was always full to bursting, but in the years after the death of Servok, my eyes were opened, and the world as it is, a world of pain and danger, a world where evil, if left unchecked, can thrive. I realized that my blessings had cost. Why had I so much where others had so little? I could no longer remain in the gilded Elysium of the upper city, and sought to see the world as it truly was. Doesn't really say what she did to earn sainthood, besides just left her nice house. Let's see. We are running long on time, and this is getting to be more involved than I thought it was going to be. So, I think I'm going to actually end the episode here. Next time, we'll pick up from here to keep working on investigating this murder, delivering the amulet, and maybe making our way closer to Baldur's Gate. But we'll save that for then. For now, I will see you later. Bye.